Hello friends, today in this video I will be teaching you compounding and discounting technique. In order to have logical and meaningful comparison between cash flows that result in different time periods, it is necessary to convert the sums of money to a common period in time. In order to do that, there are two techniques. One is compounding and the other is discounting. Today I will start with compounding technique. What is compounding and what is compound interest? What is compound interest? It is the interest that is earned on a given deposit or principal that has become a part of the principal at the end of a specified period. It means that today if you deposit 1000 rupees, rupees 1000 at 10% interest, after 1 year the interest would be 100 rupees. At the end of year one, the total principal amount would be rupees 1100. Again, if this is continued for next 1 year, the interest on 1100 will be rupees 110, and the total principal amount at the end of year 2 becomes 1210 rupees. This is what is called as compounding. Interest is compounded when the amount earned on an initial deposit consider Mr. X invests in his savings bank account rupees 1000 at 5% interest compounded annually. At the end of the first year, he will have 1050 on his account. First year, he will have 1050 on his account. The amount constitutes the principal for earning interest for the next year. That is, this 1050 will constitute the principal amount in his account, which is earned for the next year. At the end of the next year, there would be rupees 102.50 in his account in the next year as the principal amount. So this would represent the principal for the third year. The amount of interest earned would be rupees 55.125. The total appearing in his account would be rupees 1157.625. this compounding procedure will continue for an indefinite number of years. The compounding of interest can also be calculated using the equation A is equal to P into 1 plus I to the power n, where A is the future cash flow, that is the amount at the end of the period. P is the principal at the beginning of the period. I is the rate of interest and n is the number of years. So this is, in simple words, is called as compounding. Say if you apply this formula for the same example, that is the amount that is deposited in year 1, that is in the year 0, into 1 plus 0.05 to the power 1, it will be 1000 into 1.05, which is equal to rupees 1050 for 1 year, then 1102 for 2.50 for second year, then 1157.625 for third year. So this technique is called as compounding. So friends, from the compound value of rupee table, we find that the compound value interest factor of rupee 1 at 5% interest rate for 15 years is 2.079. If you multiply 1000 rupees with 2.079, you will get the future value of rupees of 2079 for 15 years. So with the help of the table, it is possible to calculate the compounded value for any combination of interest rate and also for any combination of the years. So two important observations that could be made with the help of table for the sum of rupee 1 is that, first, as the interest rate increases for any given year, the compound interest factor will also increase. The higher the interest rate, the greater is the future sum of money. And the second observation that could be made with the help of the table is, for a given interest rate, the future sum of a rupee increases with the passage of time. And hence, the longer the period of time, the higher is the compound interest factor. However, it should be borne in mind that for an interest rate of 0%, the compound interest factor always equals 1, and therefore the future amount always equals the initial principal. So friends, this is the power of compounding and also the importance of compounding. The compound interest phenomenon is most commonly associated with various savings institutions. These institutions will emphasize the fact that they pay compound interest on savings deposited with them. Say for example, if investor deposits rupees 20,000 with a bank today, rupees 20,000 with a bank, which is paying interest rate of 8%, on a 15-year time deposit. 15-year time deposit. And from the table, the value of rupee compound value interest factor for 15 years at 8% is 3.172. If you multiply 20,000 with 3.172, your future sum of money will amount to rupees 63,440. 63,440. It means today if you deposit 20,000 at 8% interest rate for 15 years, at the end of 15th year, you will be getting 63,440 in your pocket.